Welcome back. More live coverage right here on Meet the Press Now. We want to show you more of those pictures from the New York City courtroom or the courthouse. That's where we expect to hear any moment from the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, after closing arguments are completed there. As we have mentioned, former President Donald Trump was inside that courthouse today for part of those closing arguments of his civil fraud trial that could threaten to upend his business empire. The state's attorney general is calling for $370 million in fines against the former president and his companies, as well as a lifetime ban on conducting any real estate business in the state of New York. Her office is also seeking a similar 5-year ban for both Don Jr. and Eric Trump. Judge Engoron is expected to issue a decision sometime this month. We're told, though, Mr. Trump and his legal team would likely appeal any ruling. And joining us now is Jeremy Saland. He's the former assistant district attorney in the Manhattan DA's office. Jeremy, I'm glad you're here to help us get a better understanding of this. Let's start with what we've heard in the case, and you understand these details better than a lot of us may. Based on what you've heard, did the attorney general and her team prove their case here?
I think there's some really glaring issues for Donald Trump that really favor the attorney general, and we've heard these repeatedly. For example, you have rent-stabilized apartments that go, for lack of a better term, unnoticed. We have a unit where Donald Trump lived, a penthouse that was roughly 11,000 feet, but yet it was 30,000 feet. We have the assessment or valuation of Mar-a-Lago. Is it a property that is a club property, or is it a single family property? So there's a lot of things that went really poorly for Team Trump. And you had Engoron, who said on multiple occasions, challenging the credibility of Trump's experts and really saying they didn't hold any water. So I would genuinely be concerned for Trump. And last but not least, we also know that there was already a decision pre-trial that there was liability. So some of it was just an issue of damages.
Help me understand today the big dramatic moment inside the courtroom, of course, was after all the back and forth between the legal team and the judge that Mr. Trump was allowed to speak in court briefly today. That seems so, based on everyone I've been speaking to, so unprecedented, so unheard of, that you would have allowed a defendant in a situation like this to speak like that and attack not only the attorney general, but the judge himself. What do you make of that, and how rare, how bizarre is that to be occurring?
Yeah, you use some decent terms that are rare and bizarre, but there's a lot about all of these cases that is somewhat rare, if not unique. Maybe one of the thoughts that Judge Engoron might have been thinking was this case is unquestionably going to be appealed. And this is going to be another avenue or angle where Trump's team can say, I didn't have an opportunity to be heard. I did not have an opportunity to share what I wanted to share. You limited me. So it is very atypical to be generous. But, Engoron said, if you can stick to the facts and stick to the allegations and stick to the four corners of this action against you, you'll have that opportunity. But we know Donald Trump, and we know that he cannot do that. And that's where he went sort of off in his own direction.
But you make interesting points, obviously, right? Because a lot of the argument around the country has been that he's being treated differently than any other defendant. In fact, he's been treated differently in that he was allowed to speak out in a courtroom the way that he did today. Obviously, having a former president involved, as you noted, is unprecedented. But what about this fraud case itself? Is this a case that, were it not Donald Trump, in your experience, would have reached this place?
To say, you hear this in criminal and civil, where someone says that person did it and nothing happened. This is commonplace and nothing happened. But for lack of a better term, if you are caught, although the burden is not yours to prove you were not, if you got caught, there's a case, whether criminal or civil. Here it's civil. There's a similar argument that someone can make and say, for example, well, it's not necessarily the Donald Trump case, but we look at Hunter Biden, someone who's paid back his taxes, but yet alone, he still has an issue where he's fighting his case.
I want to play for you, if I can, very quickly, some of what Mr. Trump said at his news conference this afternoon as we wait to hear from Letitia James. Take a quick listen.
This is a statute that's a consumer fraud statute, never been used for anything like this before, and it's a shame. It's really it's a witch hunt in the truest sense of the word. It's election interference.
So be our fact checker. Is that true? Is this, as a consumer fraud statute that he's referring to here, never been used like this before?
There's always a spin here. This is not, the allegations and the charges are not unique to Donald Trump. That is not the truth. This is the constant, I am a victim I am being wrong, and I'm here to say I'm defending and protecting all of you. But that's not what's going on here. I mean, you could certainly argue that there's a political component to this. I think you'd be foolish to say we should absolutely ignore that. But what he is stating is not a fair statement.
And based on listening to what's been going on in the courtroom, hearing from the judge in recent days, we know that the judge has already ruled that Trump committed fraud. Give us a sense of how you think the judge would rule in this case.
You know, I think ultimately what's going to happen is there's going to be a finding against Trump. Again, there already has been a determination. There already has been an assessment of liability. So that's not the issue here. There is still, to be clear, there's insurance fraud. There is still falsifying business records. There's still outstanding things that Trump has to deal with. But there's going to be real ramifications. Does that mean it's 5 years for his son? Does that mean it's a lifelong ban? Does that mean he can't deal with banks in the state of New York anymore? That's yet to be seen. But Donald Trump's in serious trouble financially, and that goes to the heart of who he is.
Jeremy Saland, we really appreciate your expertise and your speaking to us. Thank you so much. And as we wait for the New York Attorney General right now, we will keep you posted. As soon as that happens, we will bring it to you after the break. Back to Iowa, Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley going head-to-head in the final debate before the first votes are cast there as both campaigns scramble for second. You are watching Meet the Press now.